Hello, everyone. Welcome into the View House Centennial. It's already dark outside, but it is exciting inside because we got Justin Strnad in the house. So excited. You've been having such a great season. We got so much to talk about, but I got to start with the breaking news. We got some good news. We got some sad news. Let's start with the great news. Jonathon Cooper is getting that bag. What's it like for you, for guys in the locker room, when you see Coop getting paid?
Yeah, it's awesome to see guys get paid, especially a guy like Coop, who's been a great leader for us, a great player. He's just come in, went to work. He's been a really productive guy this year, especially, and I'm just really happy to see him get paid and see him continue to live out his dream.
He's like one of the most passionate players I feel like I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I think you saw it a little bit in the locker room yesterday after the loss. Just very passionate guy, and he's always like that. It's not win, lose, like even practices. He's a high-energy guy and really, shows his emotions out on the field.
Yeah, we love it. We're so happy Coop's staying. Of course, there's some sad news in that Baron Browning heading out to Arizona. We certainly wish him the best, but your thoughts on Baron heading out?
Yeah, luckily I got to see Baron before leaving the facility today. It's always sad when you lose a teammate, especially a guy like Baron, who has been a guy who's been here most of the time I've been here, has been a great player for us, and really just wish him the best in his career. He's going to go do great things in Arizona, and I hope he gets the bag like Coop down the road one day.
Yeah, business of the NFL. It's always hard. You get attached. Fans get attached, All right, let's kind of put a bow on yesterday's game. So one thing that Sean Payton was saying is you're going to go in today. It's not going to be fun. You're going to have to watch the film. He said biggest thing is you can't BS yourself. So tell me, it's been more than 24 hours. What was today like? What's the mood like now with you, with the players, Monday night?
Yeah, everybody went in today. We obviously watched the film. Took away what we needed to take away from that, and that's obviously that we have to get better at many things, just like every team does in the NFL. We obviously got beat bad yesterday, and that's part of this league. We played a great team. Credit to them. They did their job, but we have to grow if we want to get to where we want to get to, which is, the playoffs, Super Bowl, and everything. We got to continue to get better week in, week out, and Coach talks about that, really focusing on the film. Even in wins that we have, he's very, critical of things in the wins, and we got to do the same thing this week. We're on to Kansas City. I know they're playing right behind us right now, but we're on to Kansas City. It's a big divisional game for us this week, and we're looking forward to it.
How much easier is it, I don't know if easier is the right word, to flush a loss when you got Mahomes, you got Kansas City on tap? I mean, there's no time to lick your wounds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never want to harp over a loss for too long, but like you said, we got a great team ahead of us this week, and a very big game for our season, and we're looking forward to going on the road and getting a victory. You
said you watched the tape defensively. You guys know some things you want to do differently. What are some of those things that you saw that you said we do or don't want to do that we did in this Ravens game?
Yeah, there was a couple of things. Obviously we went in there with the certain plans, and they actually did some things that not that we didn't prepare for, but that they hadn't done as much throughout the year. And credit to them. Lamar's obviously a great player. They got great players across the board, but just mental things that we didn't execute, things that we know we can execute is what causes some of those big plays. And when you have those big plays, the score tends to get out of hand, stats tend to, juice up. So that just little things, mental things, and things that we can obviously get better at.
One thing about this team is you guys are tough. You don't quit, you don't give up. So I'm curious, the mentality, especially on defense, to get back now and have a chance to get at Mahomes, to get at the Chiefs. What's the mood?
Yeah, it's the same mood every day. You come into work, and we're really trained to be that way. Everything we do in practice is attacking the ball, playing with physicality, because that's what our careers and our season depends on, is especially defensively. You got to bring energy. You got to get forced turnovers. That's how you win in this league, because the talent on offense is just so high, and a lot of the rules kind of help the offense in today's day and age of NFL football. So that's the mentality you got to have.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, we got to take a first break already. This show's going way too fast.
Slot right, and Garrett Wilson comes in motion. Breece Hall in the backfield. Rodgers drops a throw. He's hit, and down he goes. A sack by Justin Strnad. Strnad replacing the injured Alex Singleton on the first snap of the game.
This was absolutely electric. Your first start of the season, the very first play, your first career sack, and it's against a future Hall of Famer in Aaron Rodgers. What was that moment like for you?
It was definitely one of the best moments of my life. I have some family that are diehard Packer fans and from Wisconsin and stuff like that. So just having those bragging rights for life is a big thing. But also just that moment, you know what I mean, was just, it was like I don't even know how to describe it. It was awesome. It's kind of like shell-shocked for a second, and then it just like kind of got me into the flow of the game.
That was incredible, and you set the tone for that entire game, like from that play. And obviously, a lot of people were watching, right? Alex Singleton was a cornerstone of this defense. For him to go down, for you to come in and step in such a remarkable way and not skip a step. I'm curious. I know you guys are close. Have you and Alex talked a lot? Did he give you any advice as you stepped into that role?
Yeah, we talk almost every day. He really just tells me to be myself, you know, go out there and do what I do. And he's really been someone that's helped me a lot during this season. Obviously, he's got a lot going on with his recovery from an ACL and things like that. But, yeah, me and him have been close for years. Really, he was like more of a vet when he came over to the Broncos, and I was kind of in the beginning stages of my career. So he kind of helped me with things like nutrition and body, like taking care of your body, things like that I wouldn't say I didn't take for granted, but I wasn't as serious about in the beginning stages of my career. And he's all about that stuff, and it's really been beneficial for sure.
You know, the crazy thing about the NFL is you got a guy like you that's so talented, but you got to bide your time. And it's crazy because obviously you're the best of the best in college. So I'm curious, what were some of the challenges along the way waiting for this moment and being ready for it?
Yeah, it's definitely not the easiest. You obviously want to be out there showing the world what you can do, but like you said, it's the NFL. There's so many good players in this league, and we obviously were fortunate to have guys like Alex and Josie last year who played good football for us, and the coaches and your teammates really just expect you to be ready. When people go down, it's not like, people, obviously you lose a player like Alex, it's not the best thing for the team, but players and coaches expect you to step in and play at a high level, and that's just how I've prepared for the last couple of years, really playing special teams for this team, and then just preparing for whenever that opportunity presented itself.
Well, it certainly has been so fun watching you. I think 38 tackles, 3 sacks since that Jets game. How do you feel like your season's going?
Yeah, it's going good. It's like you said, it's the NFL though. You know, it's every week is a new week. There's new challenges and new things that you want to get better at, and you also want to keep improving on during the year. And just looking forward to the new challenge this week. We got Kansas City, and always like a big challenge like the Chiefs.
Well, you already got Aaron Rodgers, so now I guess you got to add Patrick Mahomes. Just add all these Hall of Famers to your list.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
All right, we're going to count on it. I'm going to mark it down. All right, we're so happy we got Justin Strnad in the house tonight, but we got to take a quick break. It's time now for The People Want to Know. People Want to Know brought to you by Common Spirit, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos and champions for the communities we serve. We got some hard-hitting questions from the fans, Justin. All right, Sam wants to know, decorating for Christmas before or after Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm after Thanksgiving. I'm going to be honest. I live out here solo, so I don't really decorate a whole lot.
Okay. But not till after. You got to give Thanksgiving some love, right?
I'm after Thanksgiving.
Like poor Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right? I love that. All right. Tom wants to know, what do you like to do outside of football?
So I love to golf, especially in the off season.
What's the handicap?
Right now it's a 14.5 or something like that. Yeah, I'm slowly getting there, but I play a lot in the off season, especially like when I go back to Florida in like January, February. I love to play because it's a little chilly out, so it's like kind of nice. And then I like to just hang out with my friends and family a lot, and I'm very big into like MMA and boxing. Mixed martial arts, the UFC, and boxing are like two of my biggest hobbies.
Right on. I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, that was The People Want to Know, brought to you by Common Spirit. Thank you guys for those questions. We're going to take a quick break. Up next, we're going to play a little name game. You know, since you got a name that people mess up all the time, we're going to play a name game. We'll be right back after this. It's such a treat tonight. We got Justin Strnad in the house, kind enough to join us during a very busy season. I assume your name gets butchered a lot.
Yeah, it gets butchered a lot, but it's been butchered so much that I just kind of like let it go.
Like whatever.
Nowadays. But I get asked if I know how to spell. I'll tell somebody my last name, they'll be like, "Are you sure that's spelled correctly?" I'm like, "Yeah, I believe so."
You should be like, "I don't know. I got to check." Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to scramble some of your teammates' names. We'll start with an easy one, and then you can tell us if you can figure out who it is.
Okay.
All right. So we got it on there. Name this Bronco. INX.
Bo Nix.
Okay, yeah, that was a softie. It's a softie. All right, next one. We're going to get a little bit trickier. We just wanted to start easy on Bo Nix. Let's make the next one.
Allen?
Oh, man, you're good. You're good. This is nothing. All right, well, I feel like the next one's kind of hard, but it might not be because I thought Allen was kind of hard. The final one of the test for Justin Strnad. Name this Bronco.
Yeah, I don't know.
He is the best in the league at his position.
Oh, yeah. That should have been easy. The way the letters
It's
are
confusing,
it's
right?
tough. Yeah.
You know? What's the worst someone's, pronounce your last name?
I've heard it all, honestly. I mean, the most common one is, Strnad. That's, half the coaches still say that, but I just let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets tiring correcting after a while.
I love it. Well, time now for a few extra minutes with Justin Strnad, kind enough to join us tonight, having a monster season. It's been so much fun. What has this season been like for you and the team? It feels like year 2 of Sean Payton. We're seeing what feels like growth every single week.
Yeah, Coach always talks about improving as a team throughout the year, and I think we've done that this year, but we have to continue to do so in order to accomplish our goals. And we obviously are a very young team, but like you said, guys like Bo, who was drafted here obviously this year, has continued to improve week in, week out, and that's how we're looking to do as a team this year.
You know, you're in the league long enough, you start to play, former teammates. So you had Josie that you already played, and you're going to see Justin Simmons in a couple weeks. What was it like seeing Josie, and what do you think it's going to be like seeing Jay when he comes back?
Yeah, it was awesome to see Josie. He was just texting me actually on my way here about if his jersey got delivered here or not. I told him not yet. So we'll see if that actually shows up. We don't know if it's going to show up, but no, it was awesome to see him. Happy for him to get paid, by Carolina. And, like you said, we get to see Jay Sims next week, was arguably the best teammate, greatest, one of the best guys, just I've ever been around playing football. So really looking forward to seeing him in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Speaking of Carolina, you almost went Carolina, right? And we had a last-minute pivot.
Yeah,
what happened there?
So it was like the free agency process, and my agent was we to those teams, and we were talking to Carolina, and it was we weren't committed to them, but we were let's sleep on this, take our time for a second. And then that night, things kind of just escalated with Denver and Carolina and things like that. But somebody kind of put it out there on Twitter, kind of leaked it as if I was signing with them. So it made it look as if I was committed to sign with them and things like that. So it kind of didn't,
Wasn't as it seemed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It wasn't as it seemed, but it all worked out. So thankful for that.
Yeah, well, we're certainly glad that you stayed for whatever reason that it worked out, which is awesome. But one thing that did come out of that was it felt like Sean Payton really wanted you to stay here. So what was that like to know that they really no, we don't want you to go. We want you to stay here.
Yeah, no, it's always good to feel wanted in this league. Like you said, it's a league where it's hard to earn a spot on a roster year in, year out. But with that comes so much responsibility during a season. So just coming into the season as a team, special teams guy, but being ready for anything, and then obviously we lost Alex, so just being ready to step in and play at a high level is just. That's the goal.
Yeah, and you certainly have. It's been so fun to watch you step in and week out. When you look at how you're playing right now, where do you want to go and grow to each week?
Yeah, just everything. Can always get better at everything, unless you're Ray Lewis or the greatest linebacker of all time. You can always get better, and that's how I approach it week in, week out. And looking to get better this week and be ready on Sunday for Kansas City.
Of course, you got a big matchup against Kansas City. Obviously, for the fans, division games feels more. I know we ask you guys this all the time, but is there a little more juice when you got KC on tap?
Yeah, I mean, anytime. For me personally, every Sunday is just you got to have the juice. You're playing in the National Football League. You're going to get the opposing team's best, and but it definitely helps when you're playing against one of the greatest players of all time and a divisional opponent. And it's just such a, key moment for our season. You know what I mean? This is like a time where we have to make that playoff push and get some wins this time of the year, and we're looking forward to doing that.
When you look at Kansas City, and I mean, we were talking about this, but Patrick Mahomes just always finds ways to win. But what's the hardest thing when you look at this team, and where do you feel like you guys played them a lot, obviously, over the years? You beat them last year. Where's some things where you feel like you can attack them?
Yeah, you know, they have a very good roster, like you said. Obviously, they're led by a great quarterback, but the things that they do so well are like Mahomes' ability to extend plays, you know, find Kelsey and these guys they don't even run like routes some of the time. They're just sitting down in zones, you know, because they have such a good chemistry with one another. And you know, they just added DeAndre Hopkins a few weeks ago, and they're very well coached. So we got to be on our A game. We got to execute at a high level and cause some turnovers for us to get this win on Sunday.
I ask people this all the time because I just don't get it, so I always have to ask defenders, like, how does Travis Kelsey just kind of disappears and gets open?
Yeah, he's played for so long that he just, you know, he can kind of tell what zone you're in after the ball snapped, and then Mahomes is so good at extending the play, it gives him extra time to where he just kind of sits in the middle of the two zone players, and Mahomes finds them for a big gain. He's really good after the catch too, so they've made a you know, Super Bowl run off that for a couple years now. So,
but this defense, you guys have been incredible all year. When you look at a game like this, what's the mentality for the Denver defense?
I think just be us, be aggressive, attack these guys. You know what I mean? Do what we do best, and I know Coach Joseph will put us in position to do that. He's done a great job this year, and just really looking forward to figuring out what the plan is this week and executing it and getting a victory in Kansas City.
Last one, we'll get you out of here. You know, you said this is an important time of year. It's a playoff push. You're coming off a loss. So how do you keep, though, from pressing and not making it bigger than it is?
Yeah, like you said, I think it's not like, obviously you want to win every game, but it's not like this game is make or break or this and that. But it's like you want to go into every game with, it's good to be playing for stuff at this time of year. There's some teams that are obviously kind of out of it at this point of the year. And it's good to be playing for things and having games that matter at this time of year.
Absolutely. Justin, thank you so much. This has been such a treat to have you. It's been such a treat to watch you. We can't wait to watch you again on Sunday. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.